Yo, today we're gonna be running something a bit different. It's all about this. My stuff, my thing there. Up next. So today we're going to be talking about this being my practice kit, which I have lovingly and carefully brought in. The reason why I've done so is because we've had a lot of questions, both me personally and the shop, as to how we actually practice and what good ways there are to practice at home without making a lot of noise. We thought it'd be a good idea to actually bring my own rig that I use at home. And it's a very simple rig. It's just enough to practice with, and I'm going to tell you a bit more about why I use the bits that I use and how that actually fits into my daily practice. As you can see here, first of all, I'm using my own kit. This kit is very, very dear to me because I've had this since 2000 actually. This is called a Sonar Force 2001, and this is literally gone around the world with me. I use this on tour with my family band. When I joined Liberty Drums, I got an endorsement with them. I gave it to my brother. I got another Liberty kit over the years. I've got like 3 kits. So I gave him the first kit that I ever received. And I took this one back because I really wanted to play with real drums again at home, because I had a Roland TD-15 for a good while, and it was cool and all, but I felt too much like I was almost overachieving. And obviously, getting on a real kit is different. I had to practice on real kits as well, but like at home I wanted to feel like I was being challenged. I took it back on my brother and I gave him my first Liberty kit, which was ridiculous sizing. It was like 8, 10, 16 and a 20 by 22 kick, because that's what I am about. First off, we have the cymbals. The reason why I went for the LAEs is because they've got this cool kind of look about them, mainly because this cool look also acts as a dampener. Obviously these I got them when these first came out on the market, all roundabout. So what I've got is an 18, a 16 and a 13 pair of hats. I usually use 2 stands, so I've just used a boom stand here, and what I usually do at home is use a boom arm on a clamp. Can be whatever brand you want. I use all Tama hardware. No endorsement or anything. I just like what the hardware does, and the strongest name in hardware. And it does take away a lot from the kind of floor space, because all of a sudden where that stand would be, there's a hell of a lot of floor space to put other things or to just fit in the corner. And if I wanted to put another crash up there, I could just get another arm and or even put it on the pole here, which I sometimes put it on the tom pole. Takes up very little floor space. I can move that around. So if I need to get out, or if I'm in a corner or whatever, and the corner happens to be that way, then I can just move this. So that's pretty cool. Next up we have the pads that I'm using. The snare I lost a long time ago. I lost it on the train, but I've replaced it. I've got this little 12-inch cheap Tama snare. And then what I've put on top of it is 2 things. I've got a black hole, R-tom black hole, on top of the snare. So the snare by itself sounds like this, like a normal snare. I haven't taken the skin off or anything like that. I've put one of these on top, the R-tom, just clipped on now. Sounds like that. And then I've got this. This is my Billy High pad. I decided not to clean it. It's actually got a little mug stain on there and stuff. I didn't wash this for jack. I didn't clean this. There's still dust on the kit, because that's how it is in my house. This is the first drum pad I ever got. It's a Billy Hyde 12-inch pad. I think I first had this pad in probably 97. And basically, I found it interesting to put that on top of the black hole. And it's got this really cool sound, like a really short snare, because you can still hear the wires underneath. On toms, I've got these unbranded, they're black mesh heads, And on the bass drum, I also have a mesh head, and I've put an Evans, what are they called again? Evans bass drum protector thingamajig. You know what I'm talking about. It will come up on your screens. Basically, I've got that on just to reinforce the bass drum. You know, it just gives it that extra bit of strength. The one that I have is made of aramid fiber, and it sticks on there quite nicely. I haven't had any reason to take it off over the years it's been on there. It's taken a beating, and I put also some of these on. So this is like a rubber pad from Roland that I put on the edge of the tom, but that clips on there nicely. So obviously, you know, you're not hearing all that clipping, which is very annoying, or can be. It works quite well. Also, on the bass drum, I use something called a vinyl con brush. So it looks like this. I already have the bass drum set to pretty slack. You can take the rubber bands down a bit, have a little more spread when you're playing, you know, so when it hits the surface of this mesh head, you're working to bring that back. It's not just bouncing back at you and you're feeling like, you know, Jesus, or whatever other deity you worship. Also, I tend to go for heavier sticks, so I brought an assortment of sticks I use. So these are the Concert 2s from Promark. They're quite heavy. And I also use these, and these are like 2Bs, and these are stupidly heavy. Obviously, I move on to lighter sticks in my practice, and it feels a lot better. So that's that setup really. Again, the reason why we've put this video together is because we just want to show you that we're just normal everyday drummers, just like everyone else. I practice just like anyone else. I get frustrated just like everyone else. I look at other drummers and think, wow, I want some of that, just like everyone else. So this kit is a reflection of that. It's a very simple 5-piece kit, 1 crash, 1 ride, set of hats. I am actually getting another kit, because this is actually going back to the family museum, aka Mum and Dad's house, because I will soon be leaving the country, and I'm going to have a really small setup, so it's going to be literally 8x6, 10x5, 12x5, and like 14x10 hanging. That's going to be pretty interesting, and when that comes up, I might bring this over and let you guys see what they're saying. So we hope you liked what you've seen here. We hope it's been helpful to you in some way. Please do not hesitate to like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. What do you use to practice? Is there any of this stuff that is pertinent to you? You know, or do you not use any of this at all? Do you use an electronic kit? Let us know. Obviously, we're always interested to hear your thoughts, unless you're a troll. If you're a troll, I'm going to find you. But apart from that, yeah, we hope this has been of some use to you today. Take care. See you later.